Oh, it went off very well. Very tiring, but very satisfying also.
It was exhilarating. I mean, it was just bigger and better than ever, and such a wonderful atmosphere here. All the people, all the children, just enjoying books, stories, and pictures.
It was delightful. The experience of organizing it, of seeing what happens after you organize a festival. I mean, you work hard for an entire year and then you see all these children celebrating what you've been working on. It just makes you feel so satisfied.
We don't think in terms of size, we think more in terms of the content and how we can reach more children. Yeah, when I say more children, maybe I'm looking at quantity, but not in the sense of numbers as in 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. More of the content, the actual, it's good literature and good books going to children.
It was a wider outreach program, and internally we had discussed that we've been reaching out to the, the schools that, underserved, underprivileged schools, and schools that perhaps do not have so much exposure to, meeting authors, meeting speakers and performers. So we did have internally a kind of discussion that we will want to do it bigger and better this year. That it wasn't about numbers, it's about the newer children that you're reaching out, because many children have actually grown up with Bookaroo. So you have got children who are now like 4 Bookaroos old. Some of them who were maybe 12 or 13 are now volunteering with us. So you can understand that experience. It's almost like a family that is growing together. So it is not just a festival happening in the last weekend of November. It's become a part of the annual events of Delhi, and in November what are you going to do? Okay, we're going to attend Bookaroo. And B, because many of them are known faces, but they're no longer coming in as, the first timers, and also you've got a expanding family.
Yes.
I think that,
and it's not just, it's not just a family of children and parents, it's a family of authors, storytellers, poets, illustrators. We just feel our family grows every year, and that's a wonderful feeling, because there is nothing else like this in India. And the passion, they all want to join in, and they've obviously enjoyed themselves a lot. And I think they know that the 3 of us are driven by passion, and that Bookaroo is a dream come true for the 3 of us and for so many people who are involved in children's books here. This is exactly what they want to be doing, to be reaching out to children in a slightly different way.
Yes, I have to add to that a lot of times a lot of publishers, a lot of authors or storytellers who are operating on their own, they have the same vision, but they need somebody to take that vision a bit forward. And here are a bunch of people who are doing that, and doing that for these many years, and they're learning at the same time. So we are not experts in that sense, but we're working in conjunction with this entire group of stakeholders in the industry. So they feel the same passion, Somebody like Petra Horacek, who came this year, who's such a fabulous illustrator, actually making doodles of that kind for children. So it is possible, So obviously everybody gets excited and feels that yes, we are doing something that we wanted to do, and here are people who are helping us do that. So
you noticed the doodle wall, everything that was being done on there was, this is the Bookaroo Choo Choo, this is the Bookaroo plane. Usha Venkatraman.
Those are not planned.
No, it's not planned. They just do that because they've had such a wonderful time. Usha made up a song. She made 2 songs up about Bookaroo. This happens every year, and that's wonderful.
Amar Chitragatha did 2 drawings, and one drawing was, something to do with Bookaroo. So, it just feels so good that, they feel for it.
My husband was coming to work out here, so I came out on a visit to find somewhere to live. And in the first edition of Time Out, there was this article about this specialist children's bookshop. So I thought, I have to go and find this, Eureka. So off I went, and I met Swati. I don't think Venki was there at the time, and we had this very heated discussion. I said, I'll be back. And I'm sure as I walked out the door, she just thought, no, she won't.
I did. Somebody else did.
I was sure she wasn't coming back.
She's just
but
yeah. I did. Like the bad.
How many months later?
2 months.
2 months later, and she's back at the store. You're surprised?
Saying, here I am. What are we going to do?
Yeah. So we actually started doing sessions in Eureka, and because Joe was coming from another place, a different land where these things I know are more prevalent, we do have sessions for children in bookstores or schools, etc. But that wasn't enough for me. I really wanted to explore more. We were doing quite a lot of different stuff. But when Joe came and I started telling her that there's such a lot of hunger and that there are people who are waiting to, see more, we said, why can't we do it as a bigger event? And in the beginning, I think we thought of a single day, a day-long event. But all along, we were insistent that the venue has to be different. The venue cannot be a run-of-the-mill, have the stage setting or usual places where these, because then the baggage of the venue continues. So we had to look for a place. So I don't want to go into which other places we scouted around for, because there are lots of permissions and things required. but obviously we came here, and this was just the place. And
I think Jo was visiting Sanskriti one day, and she just saw the place and clicked. So this is the place to.
she came in here as a tourist actually once.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I came to visit the museum, saw the banyan tree, and just turned to my husband and said, "This is where Bookaroo needs to be."
This is the storytelling.
And I went straight to the office and said, "Do you have a letter to out?" And that was before I saw the amphitheatre and all the other areas.
Yeah.
So came back, rushed back to the shop and said to Swatting Bay, "I found the place, I found the place." And we've just taken it from there. Unfortunately, at the time, there were other people who, when the idea was suggested that we do this festival, who were very keen too and joined us. So we formed a very passionate and enthusiastic group at the time. And we pulled it off in 3 months, the first Bookaroo, which was quite something.
Oh, it was just a fun name because there's some 5-6 people who sat and brainstormed, and then one of them said, just came up with Bookaroo like kangaroo, for instance. It's like that. So
But to
we
me,
need a catchy.
They came up with about, what happened was we all suggested various titles, names, came up with it, and we all agreed that Bookaroo was the
Catchiest.
best.
it was like a Yahoo actually.
Yes.
I think I got a Yahoo feeling from this Bookaroo
Yes.
word. So
Yeah.
I just thought,
More of a Yahoo, yeah. Places, we would like to go not just Delhi, we'll go to other cities, other smaller towns maybe.
We already go to Kashmir.
Right.
We've held 2 Bookaroos in Kashmir. We hope to go back again next year, but we would like to go to other places. I think all of us, because of our passion, would really like to reach to those towns and cities where there are not festivals of this kind, so that we could reach those children who do not have the exposure to these things.
One thing that one wants to always want to know, I mean, of course we feel very reassured that all publishers are supporting us. A lot of independent storytellers are supporting themselves, and therefore a lot of expenses getting taken care of. But at the end of the day, sponsorship matters. So we really do need
Well, it's a festival which money needs to be spent on various things, not just.
Because to run it, I mean, we are doing it in a very sort of rustic and a very natural environment, but there are lots and lots of costs, as you know, in running a festival. So it would be good if that's one area where we need
If
to.
sponsors looked at children as not just from the TV point of view, but as a on-ground thing, I think this is it touches children really. Actually, go and touch the child, not through an ad.
We still have lots of big ideas, but we can't quite do them because we haven't quite got enough funding. If we had funding, we feel we could do even more, and we'd like to do even more. So we do what we can within the financial constraints that we have.